All right, sounds good. Bye-bye. Boys, we have a trade. Finally, man, we've been needing something to get over the hump. Trust me, fellas, this is the one. All right, so who'd we get? We just got Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first-round pick. Oh my gosh, that's a haul. Yeah, how many picks did we trade? Here's the thing. We didn't trade any picks. You just pulled off the trade of the century, dude. Yeah, but what players did you give up? Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris. Oh my gosh, we got a fleece. And Luka Doncic. You said what? You traded who? I know it sounds bad, but we had to get Anthony Davis. We didn't need Anthony Davis. Look, we needed strength in the front court, and we have Kyrie. That is Luka Doncic, the man who dropped 70 last year. Look, I understand, but this trade makes our team better. Oh my gosh, we're gonna lose our job. Our job? We're lucky if we don't get executed for this. Look, I understand it seems crazy, but people are gonna look back on this and think that you are the dumbest man to ever walk the earth. Yeah, I resign, bro. Hey, good luck, man. I'm out.
Basketball fans, welcome back. So the Luka Doncic Anthony Davis trade just happened. The newest member of the Lakers is Luka Doncic, and the newest member of the Dallas Mavericks is Anthony Davis. So let's just talk about this. So I woke up in the morning and I looked at my phone. So I was just going out there scrolling. Then I saw that tweet by Shams, and I saw a lot of people posting Luka Doncic in Lakers uniform. So for me, I thought it was like a joke, or I thought it was a gag. Then I went to Shams Karani, and then I saw that the Dallas Mavericks dealt Luka Doncic to the Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis. So this is a crazy transaction. I never saw this coming at all. I felt like Luka Doncic was untouchable in trade talks. And if you've seen through this channel, I was talking about a lot of Jimmy Butler. I was expecting a trade involving Jimmy Butler, but anyway, it is what it is. So the full trade package for the Lakers, it was a 3-team trade, and the Lakers got Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris. The Dallas Mavericks got Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 Lakers first-round pick. And the Jazz got JHS, Jalen Hood-Schifino, 2025 second-round pick, and the 2025 Mavs second-round pick. So honestly, this has been a very wild day. So the trade has broken the internet. As by recording of this video, I was going through NBA Twitter and I've seen like Luka Doncic is trending number 1, and he has about 1.1 million tweets to his name, and people are still in disbelief. And the fans, the Dallas Mavericks fans, are in an utter and complete meltdown because of this trade. And honestly, for me, I was shook. Even when I took to social media to talk about it, I felt like the Dallas Mavericks did a very, very lack of a better word, stupid move to trade away Luka Doncic at the time. But I took some time to just go ahead and reflect back on this decision, because I feel like it's very important for us to understand the real reason as to why the Dallas Mavericks went to this direction. And I've seen like a couple of comments made by the Dallas Mavericks GM saying that defense wins championships. There was rumors that Luka Doncic gained weight, and he's not the same guy. And not to even forget, the Dallas Mavericks made the 2024 NBA Finals. Luka and Kyrie carried that team to the finals, but they got beaten 5 games by the Boston Celtics. And this move, the GM, the front office, they made this in behind closed doors. The coach didn't know. I mean, it was something that just blindsided the NBA world, and I don't think anyone saw this coming at all. And also, a lot of people are, coming out and saying that LeBron James, he didn't know about it. Rich Paul didn't know about it, which I have a tendency of believing, because if they knew about it, they would have said, you know what, we're not going to do this. But even Luka Doncic didn't know he was going to get traded. So it all comes down to like the contracts that these guys are signing. And I'll give an example of the Bradley Beal contract, the $250 million for 5 years. The supermax that Bradley Beal got when he was in the Wizards, then he got traded to the Suns. So a guy like Bradley Beal has a no trade clause in his contract, which means that he can only get traded if he allows. So you're seeing Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic did not have a no trade clause in their contract. So that's the real reason as to why they got traded and they got dealt. And I must say it has shaken the whole basketball community, and nobody is safe in the NBA. And I can give two perspectives on both sides and how it is. So I feel like the Dallas Mavericks did not want to pay the supermax. They don't give the supermax to Luka Doncic because in this summer, as this season ends, Luka Doncic will be eligible for 5-year, 345 million supermax. So the Dallas Mavericks, given the injury history of Luka Doncic, and given the fact that the man is 25 years old, so he's not somebody that is old like that, they didn't want to give him that extension, and they didn't want to give him that type of contract because in their mind they felt like the man cannot lead them to a championship. And this is actually quite wild, because why would you say that this guy can't lead you to a championship? And you're saying defense was championships, but this is the same guy that led that team to the NBA Finals, him and Luka. And look at the guy that they got back. They got Anthony Davis, a guy who's 31 pushing 32. He's much older than Luka. Luka is 25, heading on 26. So the Dallas Mavericks went older because they didn't want to pay Luka Doncic that supermax. And Luka Doncic, since he got drafted, the man has made first team All NBA. He's been in the MVP conversation. He won the Rookie of the Year there, and you still decide to go ahead and trade him because you felt like this is a guy that you can't build around. And even the NBA players in the NBA fraternity, the NBA universe, are still in disbelief at this point. And I've seen a lot of fans in meltdowns, complete meltdowns. Even the NBA media, it has flipped the script. And honestly, it's crazy. Then on the other side, you have Anthony Davis. So Anthony Davis, at some point, I feel like the Lakers just got tired of Anthony Davis. So Anthony Davis, when he got traded to the Lakers, the whole mentality of the Lakers front office was, this is the guy that is going to take our franchise to that next level, because at that time he was young. He was about 25, 26, and you have an aging LeBron James on the roster. So he was the guy that was supposed to go ahead and carry that team and be the face of the team. And the crazy thing is, the Lakers front office just lost all confidence with the Anthony Davis, because they looked at this guy, he's injury prone, he's never looked the same since he won that championship. And the whole thinking of the Lakers front office is, I mean, we've already won the championship with AD, and LeBron, this might be, next season might be his last season, and because he signed like a 2-year deal. So he's going to leave. And looking at how the Lakers is, when LeBron leaves and Anthony Davis is not that guy, he has 2 years left on his contract, how will it look like in the future? Can we build around AD? So they had those suspicions. And also there's that interview that I saw with Shams, where he was saying he doesn't want to play the center, he wants to play the power forward. So there was a bit of turmoil, and there's a bit of, a bad blood with that front office. So I feel like that was a catalyst that led to this. And I can say both parties, I'm not sure if the Dallas Mavericks won this trade. I don't know, because pairing Anthony Davis and pairing Anthony Davis with Kyrie Irving, do you think they can be able to go ahead and win the championship? I don't think so, because number one, these guys are aged out, and you don't even know how you're going to fill up the whole roster. You're going to fill up the roster to be able to cover up the productivity that Luka Doncic had, because Luka and Kyrie were the best backcourt in the Western Conference, and even arguably can say even in the NBA. So you guys letting these guys go is a massive mistake. And as per even for the Lakers, letting go of Anthony Davis, I mean, you got to look at Doncic, who's going to help in the backcourt. But what about the front court? Who's going to rebound? Are you going to who are you going to go to? I mean, Jackson Hayes. I mean, who's there who's going to fill that position? So it is crazy. And I must say, I even got a headache when I saw this, because my phone was my phone was like, when I was scrolling through Instagram, X, and even the WhatsApp, I was just seeing this graphics of Luka Doncic and the Lakers, and I was still in disbelief. At some point, I thought it was a jersey swap, but it's real. It was a 3-team trade. So when this news broke, Shams, he went ahead and made a tweet saying that this trade has happened, and people didn't believe it until he had to reply and quote tweet that and said yes, it's real, and he gave like full details of that 3-team trade. But the crazy and weird thing is, how is it that Rich Paul, the guy who's the agent in Clutch Sports, didn't even know that Anthony Davis was gonna get traded? I mean, LeBron James didn't even know he's gonna get traded. I mean, it was Rob Pelinka and that Dallas Mavericks GM. And honestly, I mean, it's crazy. I've seen a press conference where Jason Kidd is there and they're answering questions about this trade, and you can see the frustration in Jason Kidd's face when this whole situation is happening. So I mean, I couldn't believe it. I went onto YouTube to like check on NBA on ESPN, and I saw like guys are actually reporting on it. So I was still in disbelief, and even as by recording of this video, I'm still processing this, and I really don't get it. But if you take a closer look at the Dallas Mavericks and what they've been able to do, look at what happened in 2022. Jalen Brunson had a career playoff run, leading to the Dallas Mavericks making the Western Conference Finals in 2022, and Jalen Brunson was there. So the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban was there at the helm. He didn't want to pay Jalen Brunson that money. So what happened? He let the man walk to the New York Knicks, and there's that. And subsequently led to the Dallas Mavericks trading for Kyrie at that time. And I must say, we are seeing the same pattern. They didn't want to pay Jalen Brunson, and look at what Jalen Brunson has done in the Big Apple. The man has been tearing apart everything. Then when you go back and look at this whole situation, it was a money thing. And I even can equate it to what I've seen with Karl Anthony Towns when he was traded from the Wolves to the Knicks. It was a money thing. They are looking at these GMs and these front office people for these NBA teams. They do not look at team construction, team fit. They only care about how can we balance our books. Are we contending? Do we really need this player? If this player is eligible for this extension, do we have the capacity to be able to facilitate that? So they're looking at it as a money's perspective. But when it comes down to the basketball perspective, there are players who are really untouchable. Like I can say, Luka Doncic, he's supposed to be untouchable. He's not a person you just put in the chopping block like that. We have seen in recent times the whole Jimmy Butler saga. I was actually expecting a trade from the Heat to somewhere, like Jimmy Butler getting traded, but this whole situation is crazy. And Luka Doncic is not in the chopping block. Anthony Davis was not in the chopping block. It just happened. It was just front office to front office. Then after the trade happened, that's when they broke the news to the whole NBA universe that this guy has been dealt for this guy. So honestly, I really don't understand it. I really don't get it. And the Mavs GM, Nico Harrison, he came out and said, I believe that defense wins championships. And then he said that I believe that getting an all-defensive center and all-NBA player with a defensive mindset will give us a better chance. We are built to win now and in the future. So Luka Doncic is a player that is built to win now. If you look at how Luka Doncic has been playing, especially in the playoffs, the man has been playing out of his mind. And if you're saying that you're winning now, how is it a win now move when you're trading for a 31, 32-year-old injury-prone center? I can even say a power forward in Anthony Davis, and you're pairing him with Kyrie Irving, expecting you're going to win a championship. It doesn't work like that. Just because AD won the championship in 2020, that doesn't mean that he's the same guy. The man has literally regressed since 2020, and he's not the same guy. So it's crazy. I mean, I really don't understand this. I really don't get it. And I've seen a lot of people come out with statements talking about this whole trade. And I mean, subsequently, I will release a couple of videos just to talk about this. But I mean, utter disbelief. I never thought that this would happen. And I mean, I'm just shocked. I don't know how the NBA landscape is going to look like. I know the Lakers are preparing for a post-LeBron era. So I've seen some grades coming from various NBA media outlets on the internet, saying that the Lakers won the trade, the Dallas Mavericks lost this trade. I've seen some places where the Lakers are listed as an A plus because the Lakers wanted to move on from Anthony Davis because they saw that this is not a guy that you can be able to trust to build your franchise around. He's not a guy that you can literally just say, we're going to build around this guy. He's going to be our guy. He's going to be that person who is going to carry on the Lakers' legacy even after LeBron James. So it's it's actually quite frustrating. So Luka Doncic is now going to be the face of the Lakers moving forward after LeBron James retires. And when LeBron has his farewell tour and he leaves the league, the Lakers believe that they can build around Luka Doncic in this situation. And it can be a good thing or a bad thing. But I feel like the Dallas Mavericks, they have set themselves back for decades to come. And even looking at Kyrie Irving situation, he signed a 3-year contract. He's going to have a player option in the summer. Anthony Davis only has 2 years left on his contract. So if these guys don't win now and 2 years later, you don't have a championship because you've decided to trade one of your franchise cornerstones just to win now with a huge center in Anthony Davis. I mean, if you don't win immediately, the avalanche will be so big. And even I've seen tweets, seen a graphic saying that after the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic, the Dallas Mavericks Instagram page just lost 700,000 followers. So you can see people are showing their disgust and displeasure of what the Dallas Mavericks have done, and yours truly included. Because number one, I love the Lakers. I'm a Laker fan, but I've never seen a situation where Anthony Davis is gonna get traded for Luka Doncic. And it's funny to me that even Rich Paul didn't know, all the agents didn't know, and these guys are just after they made the trade, that's when they're coming out to tell us. So, man, it's dirty business. In the end of the day, it's the NBA, and you can't stop some things from happening. So, I'll be releasing a couple of videos just to debunk this and just review a couple of things that I've seen. And yeah, man. So if you guys like the video, make sure you leave your feedback down in the comments on what you think about this. I'm gonna talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.
What more can be done with this roster? Are you satisfied with the roster? Do you feel like you guys need some more here?
I think we need another big. I feel like I've always been at my best when I've been the 4. And having the big out there, we know it worked when we won the championship with JaVale and Dwight. I'm at the 5 and I'm at the 4.
This historic.
Does it make you think about what you're accomplishing here, or maybe what you could accomplish with what's left of your Laker tenure?
You said that like I'm about to.
No, I mean, check your phone.
Wow, I am at a loss for words. As a Dallas native, I can truly say this was one of the biggest mistakes in the history of the Mavericks franchise. You just traded a 25-year-old Luka Doncic in his prime, a 5-time first-team All-NBA player in 6 years, mind you. You just traded a player that is one of the greatest catalysts for winning of the generation. He carried the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals last year. He brought the Mavericks back out from the depths of the pits of the grave after the absence of Dirk Nowitzki, took the Mavericks to a conference finals 2 years ago. He led the league in scoring last year at 33.9 points a game, and he's 25 years of age. And the reasoning is he doesn't play enough defense. I get it. Then find a 3-and-D player. Find some defensive specialists, but you do not trade under any circumstance a box office talent like Luka Doncic. Yeah, it's malpractice. You don't trade under any circumstance a 25-year-old player who can lead the league in scoring, who hasn't even entered his prime, who just led you to the NBA Finals. You do not trade that individual. I can't make sense of this. Wow. All right, take a seat. If you're as distraught as I am, Here is everything you need to know about this Luka Doncic trade. Shout out to my researcher for still being awake. Number one, the Mavericks traded a player who led the league in scoring last year, 33.9 points per game. They led a player who averaged 28.9 points in the finals, his first finals appearance. They traded a player who was second in threes to only Steph Curry last year with 284. They traded away a player who was the only player in the history of the National Basketball Association to average 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. That's who they traded away. Number two, they did him dirty. Think about this for a second. Luka Doncic is no longer eligible for the Supermax, a 5-year, $345 million deal. Why? Because you can only get the Supermax by the team that drafted you or a team that acquires you. If they acquire you within the first 4 years of your deal, Luka Doncic is going on year 7. Keep in mind, a Supermax deal in Texas where there is no state tax. Imagine how many millions of dollars Luka Doncic lost out on, but also you trade away a player who's the only player in the history of the National Basketball Association to average 33 points, 9 boards, 9 dimes, and 29 points in his first finals run. Mavericks, did you forget where the hell you came from? After Dirk Nowitzki was done, for 3 years we navigated the pits of NBA hell. 33 wins, 24 wins, 33 wins. Then Luka Doncic turns into a second-year player, a first-team All-NBA player, and he's been a first-team All-NBA player ever since. That's who the Mavericks gave up. I don't even think I can sleep tonight. I just don't get it.
Man, y'all stop with them dumbass narratives. I know me and Braun ain't saying eye to eye, but man, stop playing. Braun ain't know a damn thing about this trade. Rich Paul probably ain't even know about this trade until it happened. Man, stop playing. Think about it. The Mavs call the Lakers and say, hey, y'all want Luka? They say, yeah, what we got? We want AD. AD is represented by Rich Paul. Braun is represented by Rich Paul. You think Rich Paul go approve that? Without hollering at that, man, that don't go down like that, man. Stop playing. Braun ain't know nothing about that, man. This popped up out of nowhere. Secondly, all y'all talking about, man, the Mavs tripping, they dropped the ball. No, they didn't. They was about to have to pay Luka down there $400 million. If you the organization and the front people running the show with the Dallas Mavericks, you gonna pay him $400 million? You don't know that man gonna come and train the camp and shape him that? Oh man, y'all gotta think logically at some point, man. All these old false narratives and shit, man, stop playing. I know one thing, the Dallas Mavericks won. I do know that. AD, Kyrie, and you keep Daniel Gafford, Washington, Lively. Y'all better stop playing with J. Kidd at the coach. Now look, the Lakers won long term. Is Braun and Luka go be must-see TV? Hell yeah, are they winning the title? No. Not unless the Lakers make another move, get a big in there, which they might be searching the market for. At the end of the day, Braun ain't know that shit, man. Rich Paul ain't know it either. Man, y'all stop playing with that shit, man, them old false narratives. AD is his client, fools.